Hello, my name is Mackenzie Crouch and welcome to my appetizer food game. I did mine on sliders. I'll get right into it. So we go into the game and we have our starter screen with our play button, and when I click play, our burger building starts to go. So what the objective is just to build as many burgers as you can. So all these are going on correctly according to the order here. When I get one correct, a check mark comes up and that burger disappears. Now say I get one wrong, I get an X instead. So I can build burgers and just keep building, and when time runs out, it will show me how much I've made. Then I also have two options. I can go back to the home screen or I can play again. So if I play again, it will go back to the game. I can continue to build burgers. Of course, if I get something wrong, I have an X here. And if I get it right, it does that. And it gets the check mark and the burger disappears. You see the burger still for a little bit before it disappears. So this order will always stay the same, but as you build the burger, you can see what needs to go where. If it's wrong, an X, of course, and if you get the burger right, you get a check mark and it disappears. So this counts down. It's just 30 seconds for the sake of this video. So if I go to home screen instead, I can go back to the start. Now for the blueprints, we first have our on detect if a drag is actually happening. So we're checking if our left mouse button is being clicked. Alright, and we're moving. Then for this one, it's my draggable item, so I want to make sure I have the image pick up and image set. So when I pick up and drag, I have an image that's setting, and then I have an image that I'm setting based on this image pickup set. Then if I created a object, so within that object I have multiple variables, including the stage that we're on to make sure it's in the right order, the images, and then what I have going on is when a drag happens, we create a widget to show what item is coming off of that. So basically if I click on cheese and drag off a cheese, it's going to show it me a cheese image. Okay? And so I have that going into the drag drop operations, showing the default drag visual. If we go into my item, my image drop, this is basically the same thing as the other one, except it's for when I'm pulling or when I'm dropping the image on top of the area that it's supposed to be. Now, where I'm dragging from, we have a longer code link here. So when I drag, as soon as I click play, actually, this begins to tick. So when it starts ticking, we have it incrementing or de-incrementing -1 each turn from 30 seconds. And as long as that is not 0, we're going to keep doing that. And we have a delay, so it's actually 30 seconds. If it hits 0, we're going to remove all the widgets and show the end screen, which is what this sign is. And then, of course, my text for that screen I have showing the money and the value counting up and then the time up and down. For my drag 2, basically on drop, I want this object item from the payload that I created. I want to figure out what stage I'm on and what stage I'm supposed to be on, and make sure those are matching. If they do match, then we will go to another branch of this. But basically what we'll do is we'll check to make sure the step isn't 5. If it is 5, we will know that the burger is complete, and we will set up step to 0, resetting that, and put the finishing burger on the screen, which is just the check mark and the burger disappearing. Then, if it's not true, we will keep incrementing that step and setting the image to the correct image. So it sets the image with the plate in the bottom bun if we drag the bottom bun up, and then etc., etc. Now, if these aren't equal, we'll create a wrong true, which is actually the X that you see come up on the screen. Print false, and all these go to return value. So along with this, if my step is 5, so if the burger is complete, we'll set also the brush texture back to 0 and money. Now for the start screen, very simple. What I'm doing is I'm removing from Panic on that click. When I click play, I remove the widget, the home screen widget, and I add the drag film widget, which is the play screen, with 30 seconds left. My end screen is very similar on the fact that if we press the home screen button, it will show the home screen, and if we press the play again, we will go to the play again. As for the object I created, basically there's nothing in the graph, but I have these variables over here which are exposed on spawn and shown below. So I have my array, my single variable, and my 2 integers. Wrong food is the X mark, so that comes up and it stays up for a delay and then it removes itself. Same with the check mark, it's the same amount of delay and then it removes itself. And this is also, I added the image of the burger. So instead of removing that burger right away and then all you see is a check mark for 0.5 seconds, you'll see also a completed image of the burger for 0.5 seconds. And this is my full thing. Thank you for watching. Bye.